So, Agnes, I wanted to ask you to tell us the moment you are resisting to be looked at, the moment you are resisting to me. Why?
When I met Aunt Rose some 23 years back, on a critical condition, I was a rebel abductee, a returnee. When I returned back from, I handed over myself to the government troop in Gulu. Rose, the government troop handed me over to an organization who was dealing with the returnees. This organization was called GUSCO. I stayed there for 1 month, whereby most people, different type of people were coming to find out about things in the bush. Every day and night, people are there questioning and whatever. When we were there at the GUSCO, they had been counseling us, training us to do other things for that period of 1 month. After, they decided to take us back to our own home village. Knowing that when I go back, people knew I was abducted. Reaching home, it has turned upside down. At first, when they have abducted us, we came back. The first place where I did my attack was my own home village. We abducted very many children, people, young, old. We collected people's food. We bought houses, and you know how houses there are made of grass thatch houses. So those one whom we abducted them, some people knows me. Some escaped, they came back, now spreading the news all over that so and so were in the group who came and did all this in our place. So when I came back, that was the first thing people attacked me with. We don't want to see your face because you burned our houses, you collected our things, you do this. Whenever I'm passing, they will be pointing at me. Whenever I try to talk with someone, everyone is not paying attention to me. I left my husband's place. I went back to our home, whereby the place is not so very far. I made the same thing in our home, our own home, where I was born. People did not like me. And yet it was not of my interest. I felt so bad. I had no friend. I was stressed. I was traumatized. Whenever I pass, people point at me. Look at her, she's a killer. I decided to change my name. I thought if I change my name, I will look different. I remain the same person. That changing my name did not work. I decided with the little money, the package they gave us when they were taking us back home, I said, no, let me find my own way. I go to Kampala and stay with my relatives. Maybe I will be loved. Reaching Kampala, I move with everything. This is my the sister of my father. did not show any love to me at all. Everyone in the house doesn't want to talk to me. They just look at me as something very bad. Slowly by slowly, now I cannot go back where I come from. Had nothing to do. I lost hope. I started hating myself. Why is it me? No one at this point so loved me. My life started, my health started deteriorating. Slowly by slowly, I started coughing seriously. No one to give me treatment. In Uganda, there is no hospital for free. They need money. They don't have money. Until when I went down completely, I could not walk. These people, my aunt, removed me from her main building, put me in the timber house beside her main house. That is where I was sleeping without a bed on the floor. They could come and put the food there and tell me, pick the food. I don't have energy. Sometimes if I could not move, I'll just lie there. They come and remove the food they went and poured it. I stayed angry. Until one day, one of the social workers who work with Auntie Rose, maybe someone explained to them my condition, I don't know how they came to know that I was there. The lady came very early in the morning. She knocked that place. I couldn't even have energy to answer her. Then she pushed the door. She entered inside. She asked me if I'd been getting treatment. I told her no. And that was the only question she asked me. She went. At around 1 in the day, that is when I saw her, she came with Rose. Rose entered the room where I was. She did not mind whether maybe I'm going to infect her. She went straight to me. She started asking me, when smiling. But for me, it was hard because I've never seen anyone smiling with me. And she asked me if I'd been getting treatment. I said, I don't get any treatment since I felt sick because I don't have any money. And when she asked me if someone, do I have any relative? I said I have, but they are not paying any attention to me. Then she asked me if I can go to the hospital with her. At first, I didn't want to go. But she said, no, I'm the one going to treat you. When she took me to a Zambia hospital, they did all the tests and they found I had TB. That is why, the reason why I was coughing too much. I was admitted in the hospital. I did not want to stay in the hospital because there is no one to attend to me. But she told me, don't mind, Agnes, I'll be there for you. Questions started coming into my mind. How does someone who doesn't know me said she's going to attend to me? I come from northern part of Uganda. She comes from southern. I don't know even where. Our language may be English, whereby I can speak with her, others I don't know. I started questioning myself, maybe the same thing which happened to me when I was at Bushko. It is the one they wanted just to find out something from me. That was the question hanging in me. I did not tell her. When I got well, then she She took me. She said, now they have discharged you from the hospital. I'm now taking you back home. Then I told her, from there, I did not like even now to go back where she got me from. Because I knew if I go back there, another problem will come and I will fall sick again. But she told me, no, don't mind. I've got for you a place where you are going to stay. And there are some women who will come to help you. Indeed, she told me, but I was not happy. Myself, I was not happy, knowing that she's looking for something from me. When I came, I found a room with the bed. All those things was good, but I was not happy. I don't remember even if I said thank you for what she did to me, because I was out of my senses. Time came when I started gaining, the women are coming to help me. I thought those women, they don't have problem. So they were there with me. They could come, wash my clothes, to do everything, clean the house. That one, I did not have any question. I said, maybe they are helping me. She herself could take her time every day to come and check on me. She could counsel me, she could talk to me, well, smiling, but for me, I don't smile with her. I had that question, why is she following me? One time when I gained, I took a courage, asked her some money. I asked her to give me 20,000 shillings of Uganda currency. She told me, what do you want to use it for? I told her, I did not hide my plan. I told her I wanted this money to take me back to Gulu. I wanted only to reach Gulu. That is now the area where we can speak our language. So that I find my own way to go back to the bush. She looked at me quietly and she began saying tears. Tears started coming out. She told me, Agnes, you still have an value. When she talked of a value, I thought someone who is big like a president, someone working in a big place. That is how I understand. I said, no. How can I have a value? Me as me, people don't like me. People point at me with a bad word. People look at me. And I myself, I started reducing myself. I started disliking myself. Me, myself, even I don't like myself anymore. But when she was talking to me, I found it is something. I thought she's looking for something from me. And it took me time to believe her. I was not believing in her. She keeps on telling me about my value every time she's ever with me, until one day when she invited me to go and attend community school. Even she invited me, at first she invited me to go and attend a meeting with the women. When I reached there, I found people were dancing, laughing. They were very okay. Then I was like, I sat at the corner, I was like, why did she tell me to come here? And yet, I myself, I don't belong to anyone. I love to stay alone. And I love not to see people around me. And she has brought me where people are there, they are laughing, they are doing what? They maybe began talking, pointing at me. The next time I did not come back. When she asked me, I told her it is not the right place for me. She said, no, you can. Another time I went, I found people, they had a visitor. And the women started sharing their experience. I was surprised. How can someone with a problem also laugh and smile? I left that question hanging. I can go back. Who am I to this cross? And this question keeps reminding me to now. Who am I? Why did she come in my life? Time came when she invited me for community school. I didn't want to go, but she told me, Happiness, you come. Then I decided to go with her. When I reached there, the topic was on religious sense. And what they were sharing was about me exactly. I started wondering, she has been telling people about me. To me, I thought she told those one who were there about me. And she did not tell them. But what they were talking about, and it was the way I was reducing myself that I'm nothing to anyone and in front of anyone, whether a child. That is the beginning of my hope again in my life. Hope started coming back in my life. Whatever situation you are going through, you are not reduced by that situation. I came back when I was, maybe I'm lost. I don't know what is happening. Maybe she has talked about these people so that they talk like this. I don't know. But whatever I'm going through, I'm still like others. The beginning of my new life, I'd come back to another new life because that one is as if I'd been reborn. I started understanding the meaning of the value she has been telling me daily, every day, reminding me of my value. And I discovered that the value I have is more greater than being a rebel, is more greater than the sickness I have, is more greater than poverty. Life started coming back in my life. The normal life has started coming back. When people were talking to me, I don't listen. I started picking some little words from people. When people greet me, I started answering like a baby who has started talking. Before, I could not talk. I could not smile. It took me time when people were not seeing my teeth outside. But now, people can see my teeth outside. She came to my life from nowhere. I don't know her. I don't know where she comes from. My relatives abandoned me completely. She held my hand from where I was to a new life. Rose embrace anyone the way you are. Doesn't look at the color, doesn't look at the tribe, that doesn't look at how you are. Whether you are sick, she come and embrace you, move close to you and hold you. My real people, my own people who knows me, do not do that for me. And when I look up, it keeps on reminding me, who am I? Wow. Sometimes, at this time, even today, even yesterday, I was much disturbed. Maybe I had that question yesterday. Maybe God has brought her to my life to save me. Because it is rare someone from nowhere to come in front of you and hold your hand out of what you are going through. She pulled me out as if I was in the pit down. She pulled me out. And that is why you see me smiling. I smile with people. I'm free. She did not tell us to share our experience, but it comes from me, myself, that I should share my experience. And people should learn that in front of any situation you are going through, there is someone by your side. Whether you are seeing the person or not, it is there, I believe. Thank you.
Lo tradurre un po' per gli amici italiani. Come farò a tradurre tutto questo? Agnes ha parlato del suo, da come era ribelle, come è stato nel bush, come ci ha incontrato, il suo cammino dai suoi parenti che l'hanno rifiutato dicendo che era un killer, era un mazzatore e avevano paura che lei l'ammazza, ma anche davanti a me non aveva la fiducia perché ciò che aveva vissuto era questa violenza e non poteva credere che c'era qualcuno che poteva amare così com'era. E infatti dice che ci ha voluto tanto tempo, nonostante entrando in ospedale, curandola, ma dentro di lei aveva questa rigidezza di riconoscere che qualcuno poteva volerla bene, finché è andata al meeting point, incontrando le donne che parlavano un'esperienza che era come quello che ha vissuto, però lo stesso un po' non riusciva a distaccare da questa idea di essere rifiutato. E un giorno è andata alla scuola di comunità, che lì è stato un inizio un po' di un piccolo intuizione che era nel senso religioso, che parlava di che cos'è l'uomo, di cos'è l'umano. E lì dove ha cominciato a imparare che aveva un valore e che aveva la dignità che andava al di là della sua malattia, anche dai suoi problemi. E adesso dice che è proprio spontanea a dire quello che lei ha vissuto, di dire che la vita ha un valore, che c'è sempre qualcuno che ti è al fianco, che è lì ad aiutare. Tante volte quando sei immersi nel problema non vede una mano che ti salva. Grazie. You make it very short, eh? Yes. Okay.
Okay, I am Pradon Ketty. When I came back from the bush, the situation was not okay because the rebel was raping me in the bush. They did so many things. They cut a human being I eat. Then when I come home, I was not feeling okay because I was pregnant and I delivered, the baby died. So I start planning to come to Kampala so that I get the medication. But my mom was refused me to come. For me, I insisted because I never told her that I'm coming to Kampala. I told her that I'm coming to the hospital. But for me, I was meaning another thing. So when she allowed me to come, I bought the bicycle because I couldn't walk. Then I came to town. When I reached to town, I come to the bus park. Coming to the bus park, it was not easy. The boy who brought me, he refused me to enter in the bus that my mom will quarrel with him. So I begged people in the bus. I told them that I have somebody which is waiting for me and pay for their transport. But I was lying. So they agreed me to enter in the bus. Now I reach in Kampala. In Kampala, because I couldn't walk, I hear somebody was talking about talking a language I'm listening, because at that moment I cannot talk English. I'm talking right now. So when I called that person came, I told him, help me, I cannot walk. But for him, he has the wheelbarrow, rolling wheelbarrow, carrying things in town. So he brought the wheelbarrow and carried me and put me in the wheelbarrow. I told him to take me to the bus park to get the taxi. She has me with the money. I told him I have 2,000 things, but I was having nothing. So when he rolled me in the town, taking me to the taxi, reaching there, those of the taxi also, they refused me to enter because I came with a lot of wound in my body. I was smelling, I was having a lot of flying. People were spearing me because they spearing me also here with the knife for the gun. So when I begged the taxi people, then they allowed me to enter. These people who are inside the taxi, because I'm smelling, they were been fearing me. When the taxi came and reached home, I was coming down slowly because I cannot walk. I fall down. Then they come out, all of them, sorry, they carry me. They enter me, the home was near the road. So they took me inside, the house was like this. So I can touch here, then I move. I told them, thank you. Leave me, I can walk now. So I walk slowly. I enter inside, I found my brother-in-law and my sister. But for them, because I was looking so much bad, I was having a lot of hair. And my hair was like this because I used to carry fire when the food is, I cook for my bosses in the bush. So I carry food. The food is cooking until we reach where they are going to eat. Then I put the fire down, I give them food, then they eat. So when I reach home, they are seeing me like a mad person. They said, hey, this mad person has come to our house. For me, what I did, because I don't have energy to talk, I smiled to them. I smiled 3 times. Then my brother-in-law said, this is Katie. But for me, I changed my name in the bush to fear the rebels. My name was Akelo. When they come home, they will be looking for Akelo. They cannot get. So I didn't tell them my real name in the bush. Then the good person came. My sister was saying that, we have to take it back to the village. Then for me, I was saying, I came to get the medication. Now they are taking me back to die. I will not go. For me, I will remain here in the town when they take me to the bus park. I will not enter in the bus. So some teacher came and told my sister that, don't take Katie to the village. You take her to the hospital. That is the time I went to the hospital. Then reaching there, they checked everything in my body. They told me the results came back, they told me that I have liver problem. Because the problem I started getting in the bush, they beat me so much. I was feeling fever. Then they say that when they beat you, it is like they are giving you the drugs so you can get cured. So my sickness was adding. My leg was swollen, my stomach was big. So when I went to the hospital, they told my problem, I have HIV positive. The reason why we are getting HIV positive in the bush, it is like this. This rebel, when they come to pick us from home, sometimes they can get us sitting like this. This is my father, that is my mother, that is my sister, that is my brother. So we sister, we are here. What they do, they started holding our mother. Then they sleep with my mother. Then they sleep with her. So they force our brother and our father to sleep with us. Then after they finish what they are doing and they left. Then they put us back in the house. They burn all of us. That is how they have been mistreated us. So when they go back in the bush, there is no way somebody can ask love from you. They just hold your hand. Then they sleep with you. That is how we are getting pregnant in the bush. Life was not easy. So when I come home and I went to the hospital, they told me my status. My sister knows that they are going to admit me in the hospital, but they sent me. I went in Mango Hospital. Then from Mango, they wrote for me the medical form. They told me to take to Zambia Hospital. So my sister said, I knew you people, you're getting the hospital. Because at that moment, she doesn't want me to be with the children. Then she carried me, take me to the hospital in Zambia. Then from Zambia, the doctor seeing my letter like this and writing the drugs, some drugs, not ARV, some drugs. So told my sister, you take Katie back, we are coming to check on Katie. But this doctor wrote some letter and put in the envelope and giving me, telling me, go to Meeting Point International. I don't know where the Meeting Point International is. I never even asked the doctor. Then I came back home. I stayed like 1 week. I told my sister, the doctor said, you take me to the Meeting Point International. Me, I don't have transport to carry you because I cannot walk. Now, what can I do? So I was carrying her children. There is a boy who have been in senior 3 called Daniel. Daniel, I told Daniel, do you know Meeting Point International? Daniel said, yes, it is near where we are studying. I told Daniel, can't you carry me, then you take me to the Meeting Point? Daniel said, yes, auntie, me, I have little money here. Let me take you. So Daniel bring the border. He put me in the border. He sit on me, holding me. I cannot walk. Then I came. We reached in the Meeting Point. I found women that are seated. Me, I was fearing women, but they are not even bothering about. I don't know whether these women seeing me when I was passing. I don't know even. I cannot understand. I cannot recall now. So when I enter inside, there is some small room, not even big room. I'm seeing in my eyes now, like this. Auntie Rose sitting with the one chair, like this and like this. So when the patient come, sit. So I was enter inside. I was enter where Auntie Rose is. Auntie Rose, the way you are laughing now, the way Auntie Rose was laughing. Then I said, why is this Muzungu laughing with me? Maybe I'll be okay. That one, I talk in my heart. Then I sit down. Auntie Rose greet me. How are you? What is your name? I said, my name is Katie. I cannot talk. I talk slowly. But I can cough. I can cough. I was very small, only 25 kilograms, 25, without nothing in the body. But the way Auntie Rose welcomed me with the love, showing me at that time the love and care. You get somebody laughing with you and your family, they are not laughing with you. You at least you feel something. Then me, I said, this Muzungu, she's laughing with me. Maybe the Muzungu is white, a white person. I was seeing her like a white person. So Auntie Ross told me, Katie, you are going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. You are not giving me a drug. So I'm asking with my heart. I said, okay, maybe I'll be okay. So she told me, Katie, you go back home. I will send something to you. So I went back home. I started to continue with the drugs they have given me in the hospital. 1 week, I saw luggage coming to me. Everything was packed inside. Beans, posho, sugar, everything was inside. So I said, maybe I'll be okay. Porridge. Then my sister, she has never mind about what has come. She told the husband, we have to take it back to the village. He said, no. Still, they wanted to take me back to the village, so I'm going to die. So my sister started mistreating me. If I want to take something, they cannot give me. They started separating my plate, cup, everything. So because I cannot walk, I want to swallow the drugs. I wanted to be okay. My mind was working, but I was a mad person completely. But there is some small mind God living in my mind. So I can roll myself behind the house. I pick the firewood. I come, I put fire. I cook porridge. I take. Then I swallow my drug. Then in 1 month, when I was swallowing the drug, I started seeing my body is coming. It's coming. Even I cannot sit like this. When I sit, it is like I sit in the storm. So my sister, when she used to bathe me, when he's taking me to bathe, quarrel with me. I can cry when she's bathing me. But Auntie Rose showed me what I have never seen in the world, and I will never see it again because I lost my family. I got the new family. This is what God was looking for me. So I started asking myself, who am I? Who is this Auntie Rose? She's not my tribe. I don't know her. Auntie Rose, up to now, I don't know where she came from. I didn't even ask. I don't want even to ask. I don't want even to know. I know that she's Auntie Rose. Finished. She's my mother. So one day when my sister insisted to take me back, there is some good person again came to me, told me, Kate, why don't you go and you tell Auntie Rose this? You may go to the village, then you die. I said, now, what can I do? That you wake up in the morning, then you walk, go to the office. So I wake up in the morning. I don't have energy, but I said, I can walk. Then I walk. I never entered the taxi because I don't have transport. I was walking like a mad person. I walk. Then people were saying, why is this woman drunk like this? But for me, I was not drunk, and I cannot answer their word. I reached in the office. Auntie Rose was not around. She came in few times. Yes, Katie, you have come. When I tell you this, you will say, Katie, she is a liar. I'm not a liar. I'm talking what I know. And Auntie Rose, she's the very person who had shown me by the time I came back from the bush. And the first day when I go to Auntie Rose, I never told her that I came back from the bush. But it was insisted to me, Katie, are you pregnant? Because my stomach was like this. I said, Auntie Rose, I'm not pregnant. Until I started telling her that what made me like this, I was in the bush. So Auntie Rose started annoying. So when I reached in the office, Auntie Rose came, I told her my problem. She told me, Katie, when I rent for you the house, can you stay alone? Because I wanted to stay in Kampala. I don't want to go back to the village. I said, yes, I will stay. I will stay because I was having 2 children. They have brought my children in Kampala, follow me. The children were young. One, it was 1 year and 3 months. And this one, who are 1 year and 3 months, I left her at home when I was going to the bush with only 1 month, like this. A child my mom was remained with. Then after, my mom gone, leaving us like that. So, Andros told me, I go to meeting point in Chireka. I go and I look for the house. So she sent me to somebody whereby I went and I told her she looked for me for the house for 3 days. Then I enter in the house. That is the time I met women in Chireka. So meeting Auntie Rose. When I was coming from the village, I don't know that I'm coming to Auntie Rose. For me, I meet Auntie Rose nowhere. God was telling me, I want you to be alive. I want you to let the world to know what was happening. So for me, I was saying, who am I? Why God is leaving me in the world? Maybe to tell the world what was happening. That's why God showed me somebody. Go there. There is someone near you. Jesus was moving with me all the time. Jesus was holding my hand. He's the one who have hold my hand, taking me to Auntie Rose, showing me your mom. I cannot see, but him is seeing me. It was following me like this. That is how I met Auntie Rose. In a special way, when I have a bad situation. My family, they are dumping me up to today, up to tomorrow, but I have a new family. Why am I worried? They will not see what I'm seeing. Now I'm in Italy. A day here in Italy, I'm here. Now I'm seeing the special thing every day because of what I was carrying. So actually, I wanted to tell you people, you are seeing this Auntie Rose journey. I'm repeating again. You are seeing this Auntie Rose have a big luggage, So, thank you.
Oh my God. Katie ci ha raccontato come tornando dal bush anche lei ha provato di scappare dal nord perché stava a mare, è tornato a Kampala per riuscire a raggiungere la sua sorella a Kampala, ma la sua sorella non voleva riportare indietro perché stava a mare e la sorella aveva paura che lei stava per morire lì. Ma un amico l'ha consigliato di portare in ospedale. Dall'ospedale ha incontrato un medico che sapeva del meeting point, l'ha dato prima le medicine, poi l'ha riferito al meeting point e lì dove ci ha incontrato dove la sua vita ha cominciato. E la sua sorella non ha resistito, non ha voluto più. Era il meeting point, ha trovato una casa affittandolo e adesso vive a Kampala, appartiene al meeting point, felice di camminare con Gesù a fianco. Grazie.
Thank you.